Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again from the bottom of my heart for your continued and unwavering support. I want to thank those who have been with me throughout the period that I've been sick. They've facilitated me in one way or the other. I want to thank you, Daktari. Daktari doesn't want to be mentioned. He doesn't want his name to be mentioned. Thank you very much. He's been a very instrumental part of the process, handling my case, and all the supporters. Unfortunately, you have barred me from mentioning your names, but I want to thank you. I just want you to know that wherever you are, I'm very much grateful. I'm in my last days of the medical checkup. I've been doing this for some times now. I've got a few remaining sessions, and I thank God things are okay. Again, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, William Ruto is a cornered man. And whatever he's doing is what I can call the last kicks of a dying horse. And something tells me that perhaps our president does not know his problems. Because the country is full of Ruto must go, Mwizi, Mwongo. But William Ruto seems not to understand why people are heckling him. And the handlers of the president are busy looking for those who to blame and looking those who they feel should give them support to finish a very shaky term, this between now and 2027. Now, one of those things that they do is that they now plant some handful audience to start heckling those whom they feel and perceive as their enemies, as their competitors. Yesterday, Rigathi Gachagua attended a certain event, and then some audience, some crowd was planted, about 10 people. As Rigathi was coming in and people were receiving him, he met this crop of audience that was shouting Ruto, Ruto, UDA. And I want us to listen and tell me, those voices can be counted. They are not more than 10, and the heckling or shouting died the moment it started. This is why I call dead on arrival. And I want us to watch this, then later you will realize that Rigathi continued with the program, and those who were shouting like somehow vanished. And Rigathi was now asking, some people are shouting UDA. Does UDA still even exist? And he carried that moment. And those who planted this kind of heckling, really, it backfired on them. Kindly subscribe to our channel if you're watching for the first time. Click the notification bell. I want to watch this video. Please don't forget to like and share videos. Once again, thank you for the support that you have rendered to this channel. Kindly take a look. Now you could listen and count the voices that were shouting. There are not more than 10. Now I want you to listen to Rigathi Gachagua after I think they shouted and they realized that they had been overpowered by the love that the other people, the other audience had given Rigathi Gachagua. And this is the moment Rigathi is now asking those who are shouting, does UDA exist? Because that moment went as it was planned. Those who are trying to heckle him must have vanished. So this is Rigathi.
Mr. Excellency the Deputy President, Mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua. Asante sana. Na kuna mtu ameenda hapa bila kutoa shilingi. Wale kuna mtu hapa ameenda hapa bila kutoa hata shilingi kwa hata ya. Kuna mtu hajatoa shilingi hapa. Kuna mtu hajatoa shilingi. Kuna mtu amepiga kelele hajatoa shilingi. Asante.
Akisema iko Wamanyoro na iko UDA. UDA gani iko?
Now, these are members of the UDA, the Kenya Kwanza team, that are still engrossed in Ruto's political ideologies. Now, they are full of hypocrisy. They don't even know the epicenter of their problems. I want you to listen to the Kapsaret Member of Parliament, Oscar Sudi, saying that it's no use organizing crowds to heckle your competitor. And you listen to him and wonder, then why do they plan for Rigathi to be heckled?
Ya mwisho na munisikize vijana. Ya mwisho. Mimi nilikuwa makanga wa matatu. Na nilikuwa naokota makaa. Mnasikia? Nilikuwa makanga wa matatu. Lakini nikajipanga namna hii mpaka niko hapa. Mimi nataka niwaambie vijana. Ukiona mtu anakununua na shilingi 500, ati wende upigie mwenzae kelele, ujiulize maswali mara ngapi? Ulize kwanza bibi yake yako hapo, mtoto yake yako hapo, yeye mwenyewe ako na kiti. Alafu anakudanganya ati wewe enda pigie mwingine kelele. Mimi nataka niwaulize swali.
I've listened to such sentiments from people like the Interior CS Murkomen, who once promised to deal with the politicians or leaders who are planning crowds to heckle their opponents, because the air now in all the four corners of Kenya is full of Ruto must go. But one thing that the government must understand is that those who are heckling William Ruto are simply organic crowds. They are not paid. These are crowds that follow a particular ideology, that they are tired of the president. Compare to what they were trying to do to Rigathi Gachagua and these crowds here, and tell me whether these are crowds that have been paid. Look at the events and tell me whether that mixture, people from different walks of lives coming out and they're saying Ruto must go, uongo man. Just listen and compare. Juxtapose how they tried to heckle Rigathi Gachagua and the way William Ruto is being heckled, and the noises and the song Ruto must go.
Easy, ladies and gentlemen.
It's true that those who are heckling William Ruto are not paid, but those who are trying to heckle Rigathi Gachagua are paid. But if you want to understand that maybe the government and the closest allies do not simply understand why William Ruto is being heckled, listen to William Ruto saying that he's very synonymous. It does not scare him that people are heckling him, Ruto must go, and he's saying it was there during Moi must go, and therefore this is something that is normal to him. It doesn't bother him at all.
Yes, wote tushirikiane, tukubaliane, and criticism is mimi sasa nyinyi mnaniambia Ruto must go. Mimi nimesikia hiyo mara nyingi. Kulikuwa na Moi must go, kulikuwa na mwingine must go, kulikuwa na mwingine must go. Hii must go ni wimbo tu ya kawaida, there is no problem. Ndio shida iko wapi? So there is no problem. mara wananiita sijui nini Zakayo, mara Kasongo, mara nini. I am not bothered. Hii ni majina tu ya kawaida, lakini I am focused. I am focused.
So to him, Ruto must go is a child's play. Heckling someone is a child's play. They do not understand that there is a reason, and a strong reason why leaders are being heckled. If you look at the governors that are allied to William Ruto, they are being heckled. Anytime they want to read a condolence message in a funeral, they are heckled. They meet in a certain, even during sports events, Ruto must go. In clubs, Ruto must go. So you are asking, why would William Ruto trivialize the Ruto must go? Or is it just pretending? Because behind that kind of comfortable facade, there lies a sudden reality. Because the reason why William Ruto is even saying that it was there during the Moi era and now, he's trying to drive a narrative that presidents from the Kalenjin nation are hated. While we all know that there was some noise even during Kibaki, Ruto himself was saying Kibaki must go. And I remember in 2007 when they were together in with the ODM with Raila Amolo Odinga, Ruto was leading that call, Kibaki must go. So this moment of trying to tell us that Kalenjin presidents are hated is neither here nor there. People are either loved, respected, or hated depending on how they carry themselves. Respect is earned. And I've had people saying that, our children are now lacking disrespect to the president. Other leaders do not respect the president. Respect is earned. It doesn't come automatically. Now, some of these things are self-inflicted, just the same way Sifuna was telling Ruto. Why do you, for example, pick up a war with Butere girls, students who in the next few years will be voters? You don't want them to perform a play. Even if you feel that someone is misusing them, allow them to perform. Kenyans understand whether you are the best president for them. Kenyans will not allow anyone to use them if you are the best. If you've implemented or you are in the process of implementing what you promised them. Kenyans are not fools. We will not allow, for example, Cleopas Malala to start rocking the boat if we know very well that William Ruto is working for us. If we know that our taxes are put to prudent use. If we know that William Ruto is actually implementing the promises that he gave without listening to the external forces like the IMF. If we understood well that corruption has been minimized and wastage has been minimized, Kenyans will not have a problem. If abductions would end today and youths are convinced that they are allowed to criticize the government because that is the democratic nature of our constitution, freedom of picketing, freedom of speech, without trying to muzzle and gag others, people will not allow others to try or tell them that Ruto is bad. And so it only tells me that William Ruto is driven by guilt, but he does not understand how to handle this. By sending people to try and heckle Rigathi Gachagua, it does not cure any problem. The problems will continue. And if I were William Ruto, I would get back to a very close to the meetings with my think tanks. And instead of sending an olive branch to people like Raila Amolo Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta, that's not bad. But if you try and send that olive branch and thinking that that will help you finish your term and even help you get votes in 2027, it might not work. Because there is this pretense that they are looking for a united nation. You are uniting Kenyans by picking those who didn't vote for you, but you are kicking away those who voted for you. That is not the unity that we want. The unity that we really need in this country is a president who understands that after being elected, the way he appoints people in public offices must reflect the face of the nation. We do not want the lion's share going to the Kalenjin nation just because you're a Kalenjin, and then the others are given peanuts and you want to call that unity. We need to see unity in terms of appointments, ambassadorial positions, PSs, not giving, maybe like, for example, they gave Luos some 2 or 3 and they say now that is unity. We need to see the OGX. We need to see everyone represented, because all Kenyans pay taxes. They are shareholders. That is the unity call that we are looking for. But Ruto does not go deeper to understand why people are heckling. His problem is not Rigathi Gachagua. In fact, even if Rigathi would join William Ruto today, Kenyans will still be tired. That's what Sifuna has been telling William Ruto, that even if you take Raila and pocket him, even if you feel that Raila is helping you, come 2027, Kenyans will not vote you based on who you brought to the government. You will be voted in or out depending on your promises, how you used their taxpayers. Did you create employment as you had promised? That will be the yardstick. The teachers, like we talk of the capitation fee. Do you give capitation fee on time? Does the money go to the county level in time? Do you create jobs for the youths? Do you uphold the constitution as you had vowed when you were being sworn in? Those will be the things that we will be looking at. Of course, I know a few of us will be looking at, now that they are with Raila, they want to vote him in, but majority of Kenyans will be handling you based on your promises. So, ladies and gentlemen, this idea of trying to heckle others and trying to create some inorganic crowds to shout will not help. William Ruto should be realistic and take cognizance of the fact that Kenyans understand he's not the first president to be there. We've had presidents. So let him work for the people. Let him change the way he's governing the country, and things will be okay. Youths have got a reason why they are heckling. Parents have got reasons why they hate William Ruto. I've told you there are people who voted William Ruto in based on his pretense that he was sent from God. Together with Rigathi Gachagua, they were telling us they were sent from God and Raila was an antichrist. There are those who voted to punish Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Amolo Odinga. There are those people who voted because William Ruto told them they were hustlers and William Ruto was the chief hustler. There are those who voted because they were mama bogas and what William Ruto was giving money and promising. But they have been disappointed because William Ruto was only but using them to ascend to power. Today, William Ruto has collected all the dynasties that he criticized and they are now working together. So I want to submit very humbly to Ruto and the people who handle him that this will not help him. It is a temporary, it is a makeshift decision, but it's not permanent. If you listen to those who follow Raila Amolo Odinga, they will tell you that come 2027 things will be different. That's why Orengo and Sifuna are able to criticize William Ruto in Nyanza, and people will still be cheering them on. All is not rosy the way they think, but they have misplaced priorities, misplaced remedies, thinking that if they have a counter-heckling team, then it can help. You know, the people who are given, I'm assuming that they were given money or they were told they were mobilized, you go and shout Ruto, Ruto, UDA. It was not sustainable because the majority of the group love Rigathi Gachagua and they didn't see any reason to shout Rigathi Gachagua. I don't know what you think, but that is my take.